Well, good morning. Here at the Berg Lake Trail at Mount Robson. Yesterday I said I might be back, and I'm back. So, not planning to go all the way to Berg Lake. You can't anyway. But probably up to Kinney Lake, at least the bottom of it. And it is berry season. I think it's a little early for berry season, actually. But I think they get the signs up early. I haven't seen any bear tracks or anything else anywhere I've been. But got the bear spray on my hip, ready to be used. And weather's looking nice, a little bit less sunny than yesterday, but that's fine. Got some snow on the trail. I have the cleats on again, and those should do well for me. And onward up the trail. From here to the south end of Kinney Lake, which is about 5 kilometers, and about a little over 100 meter elevation gain. I think that's doable. If not, then just not. Hopefully get some decent views along the way regardless. So, trail's looking good. That's where we're going. I think putting the cleats on was a good idea this morning. It's a little bit icy, not terribly so. Warning, steep cliffs, drop-offs, supervised children. Children and cliffs don't mix very well. All water should be boiled or treated. That's why I'm carrying the Camelback. And a sandwich. And some Cliff Bars. This is really beautiful. Probably going to be my one really long hike for this trip. So, actually going to take my time and enjoy it a bit. Avalanche area. No stopping next 200 meters. Well, fortunately, I don't see much snow up above us here. And I think this is really most of the climb, so it should flatten up above. It would be ironic if, after all the backcountry skiing and deep powder and other crazy things that I've done, I were to get hit by an avalanche here, where there's basically no snow above us. At least none visible. Probably is some higher up. Gorgeous. And been quite a bit of a climb, so thinking this bit of climb should pretty much wrap it up. From alpine snow to alpine forest, just changes every few hundred meters here. It's a beautiful trail. And Mount Robson's still there. Not going anywhere. Those are definitely tracks belonging to something. Now, entirely possible, especially given that it's just one, and then it rejoins the trail here. Entirely possible, in fact probable, that it's just somebody's dog. But good news is those aren't big enough to be bear tracks. But bear spray is ready. How is it up there?
Oh, it's pretty and nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just going as far as I can.
Oh, you're
almost there.
Almost to the lake?
Yeah.
There aren't any signs past 1K, so
No, there's
I've just been...
There's a three right
three
there.
and 4, yeah. So.
Oh, there are?
So you're at kilometer 3 and a tiny, tiny bit here.
Okay, I completely missed them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. You're enjoying the scenery.
I absolutely am. Thank you. Well, that's good to know. And there is the culprit of the tracks on the trail, or a possible culprit. Also. It's a bit icy here. This is where I'm glad these cleats are on. And the creek is getting shallower and slower. Like maybe we're approaching the bottom of a lake. Kilometer 4 point something, Berg Lake Trail, right by one of the new footbridges with Mount Robson above. Everything in this canyon washed out a couple of years ago, but they've been slowly rebuilding. And there's the lake. Okay. The lake, Mount Robson, the bridge. Just gonna go to the bottom of the lake and stop for lunch. Beautiful. And here is lunch. I don't think I could ask for a more beautiful spot. Place to stop than this. Kinney Lake, still partly frozen over, with Mount Robson up there somewhere in the clouds. Excellent hike. Bit more climbing than I thought I'd get today, but not really complaining about that either. With the cleats on my boots and walking sticks, I'm doing just fine. I'll unpack my lunch here and eat it on the go on the way back. That's what sandwiches are for. And of course, leave no trash behind. Not good for the bears or any other wildlife. So, just so beautiful and quiet here. I almost hate to be talking into the video. I'll just leave that. avalanche track. Avalanches in March and April. I can see up there where they would come from, down that gully. But snow cover up there is pretty thin. And the 1 kilometer mark. 80% of the way back. And we've got this very steep downgrade. Then it's pretty flat. You can see how the light trees and shrubbery have kind of been pushed over. Not sure if that's from this year or previous years. Doesn't look like there's much of a pile of snow below, so probably not this year. And the end is in sight. Which is good. This has been a pretty perfect length hike for today. And that is what I call a beautiful day. Up to Kinney Lake and back, about 4.5 kilometers, I'd estimate. We certainly didn't get to the 5 kilometer mark. That's a 9 kilometer round trip, roughly 6 miles for anybody who still speaks American. And I thought it was great. The cleats certainly helped. The trekking poles certainly helped. There were definitely a few places close to the waterfalls that I would not have tried to get into without them. But the downside is they do slow me down on other sections of the trail where they're less necessary. Overall, for today's hike, using them was the right idea. About 9 kilometers round trip. Beautiful scenery the whole way, despite it being an overcast day. And now a nice leisurely ride back to Jasper. Glad I did this. Glad I checked it out yesterday and decided to come back. One more day here. Onward.